What's up, everybody? My name is Mel, and welcome to Rejection is a Bitch podcast. I really appreciate you guys for joining me today. And today's topic, we're going to discuss Tuna Boy. That's right, Tuna Boy. A guy by the name of Tuna Tyler, who has an addiction to smelling and eating tuna. You don't want to miss this. But before we get into that, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get all of my videos. And for everyone, hit that like button, hit the comment section. Let me know what you think about this topic. And also share this with at least one person. Since beginning the podcast, I've made it clear that I don't believe anyone that receives rejection is a victim. If you are someone that's facing rejection, in my opinion, it's best to find the root of that rejection and then move out of that as quickly as possible. And the very best place to find the solutions to that rejection is within. There are several ways that you very well may be contributing to your rejection story. And it's too often in our culture that we look outside to others in order to validate us instead of realizing that internal acceptance from within. And today's topic is yet another example of that. We have a guy by the name of Tuna Tyler. He's a guy on the show by the name of Strange Addiction on TLC. Now, TLC, one of those stations, I don't know who running it, but I think it may be the devil. I think it may be Satan himself running TLC. It seems like they're just sitting around, find the worst people and the worst stories and kind of exploit them. And again, like I said, these people aren't victims either. They are putting themselves in that position. But TLC is making bankroll on these crazy people. So let's take a look at this story. If you haven't seen it, buckle up.
I never thought I would have a son that was addicted to smelling tuna. I just know I need to talk to him. I am ready to confront him about it. He needs a little tough love.
My mom smothers me a little bit too much. She definitely visits me more than most moms would visit their kids a week.
And eventually you want to get married and have a wife and kids. I want to see all that for you. I don't know if you'll find someone that's gonna love tuna like this or love to smell tuna.
If she doesn't like tuna, she can kick rocks.
He does get defensive, but in his heart of hearts, I believe that he really wants to meet somebody that accepts him for who he is, but he also realizes that it's give and take. This can't go on like this.
Yeah, pretty disgusting, huh? It's kind of sad when you look at it, guys. Honestly, it's not funny because you could tell there's something going on here psychologically. As you can see, his mother's here and she's showing some concern. She's made it clear that she believes it's time for some tough love. Some may say it's too late. I may be on your side if you say that, but others may say it's never too late. I can give you some validity in that argument as well. So a couple things here, guys. You heard him say that my mom comes over more than probably the average mom does. She coddles me too much. I will venture to say, and I'm not trying to blame her whatsoever, but I will venture to say that that's probably where this is rooted from. He hasn't made mention of a father whatsoever at this time, but the mother coddling him and being overbearing at times can bring negative effects for children. Mothers are nurturing. Mothers are loving. Mothers care. Sometimes that care can go overboard. Sometimes that care can go to the level that it cripples a child. It doesn't allow a kid to fully flourish and to fully develop. And just by speculation, it looks like that's exactly what happened with Tyler here. But Tyler's looking to be a husband. Tyler is looking to be a father. What do you guys think? Does Tyler have hope? Does Tyler have an opportunity ahead of him that would allow him to find the woman of his dreams? Everyone deserves to be with someone, right? But do we believe that Tyler deserves this based on the life that he has, the life that he has chosen? And even the bare mention of someone not being okay with his tuna addiction got him severely upset. Like, he ain't having it. She can kick rocks. I don't give a damn. And that's how most of us are when it's things that we just don't want to let go. Some people are this way regarding their mother. If she don't like my mama, I can't be with her. Some people are like this regarding their job. If they can't accept my job or accept who I am, I don't want to be with them. I've seen women like this with dogs. If he can't accept my dog, if my dog don't like him, then he ain't the one. A lot of us are very defensive about our possessions, about the things that bring us comfort, about the things we have obtained, that we are willing to bypass love, willing to bypass fulfillment rather than letting any of those things go. My man Tyler is actually going on a blind date. Lady has no clue who he is, no clue what his addiction is. I think you kind of know how this is going to go.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good with Tania. All right,
Tyler,
Nice to meet you. I think it's better to go ahead and reveal my addiction on the first date so we can just go ahead and not beat around the bush. I hope her reaction is acceptance, and I hope that the first thing she doesn't decide in her mind is just no.
What is
Might
that?
be a little bit weird, but yeah, you know, like it's basically I always keep a can of tuna on me, and you know.
What? Why?
Thing is I actually have an addiction. That's why I wanted to tell you. I hope you don't judge me, but basically I have an addiction to smelling tuna.
What? I know a lot of girls and women. I just don't see them wanting that. Sorry, it's a no for me.
And I just want to say shout out to this young lady. Man, you probably one of the nicest people in the world, honestly. And Tuna Tyler, you're very lucky that you came across a very nice lady because she really should have went off on your butt. And honestly, I want to ask, was this him playing to the camera or is it really something serious going on here? He really started to dig into the tuna and really press the issue once she started to reject him.
Wait a second. Do we have to open that right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we good.
Tuna smells really bad. And I just want to let you know, you haven't dated in a while. And you haven't even talked to girls in a while. So I'm just going to be very honest with you that this is probably not something. Please don't eat that.
The very moment she started to tell him how she's not interested or how this addiction will be something that will be a problem going forward, he started to go into that addiction even more. Honestly speaking, I don't believe Tuna Tyler is alone on this. A lot of us, the moment we began to feel that what we want and what we desire is slipping out of our hands once again, how many of us dive into that addiction once again? We begin to eat that ice cream. We begin to take that drug. We begin to call that sneaky link. We begin to do things that we know it ends in our detriment, and that rejection will still be waiting on us after we get done with that addiction. As you can see, someone wrote in the comment section, which the TikToker replied to this with this video, yeah, he's going to be single for a long time. And it's 100% true. But it's true because Tyler refuses to adjust. Not only does he refuse to adjust, he refuses to acknowledge what he is going through as an actual issue. And I would say Tyler should be alone because no one should have to tolerate any of us when we are operating in dysfunction. It'd be one thing if tuna was on your regimen or your appetite each day and you just had to have a can of tuna. No, you are abusing this tuna. And I'm not saying sexual abuse, although we don't know what he's doing with that tuna in the midnight hour. What I'm actually saying is, when you break down the word abuse, the prefix in abuse is ab, which stands for abnormal. So you have abnormal use of this tuna. And whenever there's abuse attached to something, it cannot be validated. It cannot be confirmed. It cannot be celebrated. So why would you ask someone to come in that life and celebrate your abuse? There's something that obviously happened in Tyler's life that pushed him to this abuse, that pushed him to this addiction. But Tyler, you're not a victim. You were a victim maybe of a circumstance that led you to this, but your life and who you are as a man, who you are as a person is not victimhood. And at some point you have to address that. Otherwise, rejection will continue to face you every single day. In my journey, I remember when rejection was at my door every single day. I was so low. I was at a place where I did not like what I saw in the mirror. And I would do stuff every day to do what I thought would make me feel better and thought would make me not feel rejected, would make me ease the pain of rejection. I was looking for something to fill that void rather than be seeking acceptance from so many others. Nothing could fill that void. I had to address what was going on internally. And what was going on internally was emptiness, was brokenness, was me not fully accepting who I am. And who I am is not my addictions. Who I am is not my promiscuity. Who I am is not seeking validation. Who I am is a man of purpose. Who I am is a man of faith. Who I am is a husband. Who I am is a man that is building a strong legacy. And I have to look myself in the mirror every day and tell myself those things. At some point, Tyler and maybe you need to do the same thing. Stop allowing yourself to view yourself as a victim. Stop allowing yourself to wallow in rejection and begin to see the greatness in who you are. And some of you may be saying, how do you know that it's rejection that Tyler is facing? Well, I can get this based on speculation and based on the research I've done on rejection, but also Tyler said it himself.
Actually, I'm pretty nervous. My greatest fear is definitely rejection. I'd want a girl to accept me for me. Just I have this little secret, just, to reveal my secret, addiction to smelling tuna.
Oh, man. You said what? Smelling tuna?
Hey,
I'm sorry. Yeah, we did. You gotta repeat that one more time.
Wait.
Run that back. You out the pantry? Oh, damn, you got it on?
I keep it with me everywhere I go.
Just the fact that he carries like a little thing of tuna in his pocket was, I like, words can't even describe it, honestly.
Trying to get that figured out right
I definitely like when I open the can, I like to get a little lick, So that's when I just know, I'm like,
whew, you gonna be smelling crazy. I always knew that he smelled a little bit fishy, but I just thought that he might not wear deodorant. He might just go the organic route.
You think I should tell her about my tuna the first time?
My honest opinion, no. Don't. I'm kind of honestly worried about him. Girls do not like guys that smell like tuna. He's gonna have a very hard time trying to find a significant other, a wife, let alone kids.
That boy got the whole and got the juice all up over there, boy.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Tyler.
Ah, man. You're gonna scare all the girls away with that, man.
Y'all wouldn't understand where I'm coming from if y'all didn't get his little sniff.
I mean,
Just smell the Florida, man.
just out of respect. That's disgusting.
You can't judge it until you try it.
I ain't gonna try none. I'll take
You can't judge it until you try it.
You need
that strong, man.
You need some therapy.
So you hear him saying rejection, but you also hear his friends making fun of him. And honestly, guys, this is a great thing. This is why it's good to be around men, because we are very honest with each other, sometimes brutally honest. But Tyler needs to hear this, because I believe, just based on the clip we saw earlier, that his mom did not grow up giving him tough love. And that's why she said it's now time for tough love. And she may have validated him in ways that he needs to be corrected. But now he definitely needs to have that correction. But the correction may start from the external forces or external people, but the true correction and the true development has to come from within. It has to come from Tyler looking at Tyler and saying no more. If you have been rejected, it's on you to stop setting yourself up for rejection. There are circumstances, situations where we all know going in that it most likely won't end in our best interest. However, we still choose to go within that, hoping that a miracle will happen. This person won't do me the way that the thousands of others have already done me. Yes, I believe and I subscribe that you don't have to have the whole world like you. You just need one. So maybe Tyler needs to go on womenwholiketuna.com. You may need to go on that app to see if you can find that woman. But other than that, going on this situation, going on a blind date on national TV, a woman that most likely have high standards, she ain't gonna want no tuna boy. And I kudos to her, because when he first came in, she said she smelled him. And you can just see her face here. Yeah, you could tell she smelled them. So you ran across a very nice person. This is a 1 in a million person that you would run across that wouldn't tell your butt off immediately. If you really want to see the best results, stop putting yourself in positions to be rejected. Some of you may be saying, oh, Mel, you sound like a coward. You sound like somebody don't like take risks. No, I definitely take risks in my life. But before I take those risks, I make sure I'm in a position where I can put my best foot forward. I make sure I'm qualified. I make sure I'm prepared. I make sure that I'm presenting my best self aesthetically, mentally. I make sure that whenever I'm going to something that I'm looking to accomplish, that they have no reason to reject me based on what I am presenting. Everyone is not me. I'm not saying to be me. I'm saying be the best you. And you can't tell me that you are presenting your best self to the world or to this lady with an addiction or some way that you are abusing something. In that case, sir or ma'am, you are the coward. You are the coward that's not willing to address the addiction head on, or to address the root of that addiction, the thing that led to that addiction. You are the coward that's not willing to deal with that. And because of that, you're going to live life alone. You're going to be alone for the rest of your life because you aren't brave enough to face it head on. And guess what? I've been exactly where you are. Fearful, unwilling to be brave, feeling like a coward, but I had to get up. I had to get up. There's too much purpose. There's too much hope. There's too much drive. There's too much passion. There's too much in me to sit down and allow my life to waste away. You can do it too. You can do this. Don't let yourself tell you that you can't do this. Yes, you can. You can break it. It doesn't have you. You have it. Let it go. Let it go today. And you don't have to do this alone. If you're someone that's deep rooted in addiction or you're abusing something, please talk to someone. For addiction, I do recommend a licensed therapist. But if you're someone that's on the other side of the addiction and you just need the next steps to move forward, that's what life coaching is for. That's what relationship coaching is for. And I would love to be your coach. If you're ready today to move forward, contact me on my website, lifecoachingbymail.com, or my email, mailcoaching@yahoo.com. I would love to talk to you today. We can move forward together, give you a plan, and give you an outlook, and I can be with you every step of the way. Don't hesitate to contact me today.